Welcome to the We Don't Play podcast show today, Nelly. How are you?
I'm good, Favour. How are you doing, too?
I'm good. I'm super excited that you're here with us today. And happy birthday. Let me say that.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Favour.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You know, like if I ask you this, like just on your special day, what is the one thing that you are grateful for and excited about?
I'm grateful for life. You know, at the beginning of this year and also in the middle of the year last year, I wasn't so well. So I had an eyelid infection at the beginning of the year, and my whole face was swollen. So I was just praying to God that God should heal me really fast so I can have my photo shoot for my birthday. And I was in so much pain, but then I thank God that I got healed, and you don't see any scars. There's nothing showing that I was severely injured. So I'm grateful for life. Wow. Yeah, and for good health.
Wow, amen. That's a good one. Wow. You know, when you think about these things, it's like we take them for granted, but it's like it's not promised, but we have faith that there's hope.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, this is so good. Okay, I'm super excited that you're here with us today, and I know people are tapped in because whenever I notice people listen to episodes and they're listening now is when they like a topic and they see the title, they will listen through and get the best. And I know the ones that are listening to this are very interested in decorating. They're interested in interior design, including me. So, you know, it's going to be a very exciting topic, and I'm glad that you're here to share this with us because so many people have different concepts of interior design, and also not everybody's exposed to different designs to know what they like or what they wouldn't like. So we'd love to know from you, how did you even get started in this industry?
Okay, so to begin with, I was sponsored by MasterCard Foundation to study the interior decoration. And after that, I was still in school doing my ACCA, and I was like, oh, so I have this, because friends call me to decorate their homes and to design their space. So I was like, why don't I go for it and, you know, make it a business and get some real cash out of it? So I was just there one day and I decided to register my business. At that time, I was with GRA, that's the Ghana Revenue Authority. So I registered and I just started. To be honest, I didn't have any capital for my business. I just did a flyer because I know I can do the work. I did a flyer and I sent it to all my contacts. And surprisingly, they shared, and I was just getting the calls. So that was how I started. It all started for me. I didn't wait to have everything together, to have an office, you know. I just started with what I had, which was my skills. Yeah.
Wow. That is a huge... I don't hear that every day, because people sometimes say, you know, oh, if I send it to my friends, they'll think I'm being too much. And there's always this conception. How did you get over that, or was that even in the way at all?
Favour, to be honest, I'm a very forceful person. I can show you some of my birthday wishes.
Okay.
Go getter. I don't care if you say no to me, I'll move on to the next person. So that's who I am. So if I have a goal, if I have a set target, I just put my mind to whatever I put up my mind to, I just get it done. I know I can do it. And I get inspired by, I would say, the Holy Spirit, because once the thought comes into my mind, I know that it is God who has inspired, who has brought this to my mind. So I have to push and get it. So I didn't care what people would say. And surprisingly, my flyer was very catchy. So people thought I was actually out of Ghana. And they were like, oh, can she come to the UK? Can you come and do a share around? I sent to both international and, local contacts.
Wow.
Yeah. That was how I started.
I'm so happy. I'm so proud of you because that, I'm sure, has lit up some people, because there are people who don't think the way you do and they're trying to. So when they hear this, they feel empowered because they know they can because you did.
Yeah, I know. So, one thing about most of us, let me use my country for an example. The youth, we are more relaxed and laid back that, when I'm done with my degree, I'm just going into the corporate body, and you end up being home 1 year, 2 years, there's nothing coming. What can you do? What skills do you have? Can you set up something, start up something, till whatever corporate job you're hoping for comes your way? And that's one of the things that's in Ghana, or should I say the youth, we lack, because we rely so much on the government. Oh, I want to work, I want to go to this sector. And to be honest, I did that in the beginning. I was like, Nelly, you're wasting time. You're good at so many things. You have this professional certificate. Why don't you start something? Yes. And I'm glad that when I started, people were like, oh, I'm proud of you, I'm getting all those accolades and all that, and I feel really proud of myself that I've come this far. And I've actually been in the business for almost a decade now.
Wow. Congratulations. That is huge. You're welcome. I'm like, this is very motivating for people, because I'm sure between 10 years ago and now, even the homes that you're designing are different.
Yes. So one thing about interior decoration is that it changes. New things are coming up. You have to be updated. You have to learn on the job, even when it comes to your clients, how you relate to your clients. I've made so many mistakes in the past that I'm not repeating now. So the Nelly you knew before as an interior decorator is not that Nelly now. I've upgraded, I've learned, I've done courses, to help my business. And I go for conferences to also learn from others. And that's one thing that, again, people always undermine. That, once I know, that's it. Bible says that there's nothing new under the sun. So what you're doing, someone has done and done it better. So you have to learn from others and add to what you already know. Yeah.
That's true. That is so true. When it comes to even decorating interior designs with exterior, because somebody can see a house and then imagine what it looks like inside, and it's a completely different picture. So how can someone match what they're doing interior design wise to their taste, and even to the point where somebody gets to discover things that they like? Is it more of giving them options to choose from, or do you ask them questions and then you suggest what's best?
That's where the consultation comes in. You have a seat with your client. You understand your client's concept. Sometimes they don't know what they want. Some clients know what they want, but they just can't put it together. And you have to understand them. You listen to what they want. You also advise them based on the space they have. Because someone might have seen their friend's design and, I want to incorporate that in my space. But then it wouldn't fit because it's not the same. And what they are expecting, budget also comes in. you wouldn't get what you want based on your budgets. But then we can do something, closer to your budgets will equally look good. So interior decorating is like you're telling a story. The person should be able to feel comfortable in their space, to be able to relate. And most of the time, sometimes clients like to, the interior decorators also like to impose or try to, do 90% of their own style and neglect what the client wants. And at the end of the day, it will be beautiful, but then that's not what the client wants. So you should know how to meet each other in the middle, 50-50. So that in as much as you want a good work to be done for you, for your reputation, you should also be able to make the client happy. For the client to know that, oh, she really listened to me. She's done something nice. But that's where the consultation comes in. You understand the client. So an example, so you understand what I'm saying. A client's favorite color is red. I can paint your walls red. But then there are some decorative pieces that I can put in which has red in them, say flower, put in the space for the space to look nice and have that your favorite color in that special space we are decorating. Yeah.
I see. Okay. It makes sense. When you said red, I was even thinking about the walls red, and it doesn't happen. I only see that, in special places,
Yeah.
and that sets a tone, and that's a different interior design because it matches the theme of what it's being built for. But a home, people like to see white. They like to see, that space because when the sun hits, it's, yeah. When I think about it, like even for me, I think with homes, people like homes that have a lot of space and windows. Is that a thing? Because I also see, glass houses now. So where are we going when it comes to glass security? Like all these kind of things.
Okay, so for me, I'm not a fan of glass houses because in everything there's an advantage and disadvantage of everything. And most of the glass houses some are bulletproof, some are high tempered glasses, so it's not easily broken. And even if it breaks, it wouldn't hurt you because of how it breaks. And with these kind of open space, most of the time you see them not really in the cities. These are like vacation homes. But now I think that the the normal residential space like to incorporate that because they've seen it somewhere or probably on Netflix selling house on Netflix and they want to do that. But then Favour, it's not safe for me. From my understanding, it's not safe because you have kids at home, because it depends on who is living in that space. Because if it's the normal family size, the normal traditional family, you have kids, you have, the parents, you have people jumping here and their family coming to visit and all that. It's difficult to maintain. And sometimes out of, the blue, some of these glasses gets broken easily, even without being tempered with. Sometimes during installation, we've had several occasions where these glasses will just go, will just break. Just like that. It's there, it's been installed. Nothing has happened. No one has touched it, and it just breaks. You wouldn't understand. And these are even tempered glass. So when it comes to glass, I I highly recommend that it shouldn't be installed for my clients. But then if that's what the client wants, oh no, I've seen it, it's nice, I want it, I would give it to you. But then it's beautiful though, but then for the long term and for safety, thinking about earthquakes, thinking about, tsunamis and whatnot, natural disasters, is not safe for the house.
That's true. You think about where these houses are even built, on the hill, by the water.
Yeah.
It's like a whole scenery. And I mean, some people do that for investment, but some people wouldn't live there or, build a family or, have a family there.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying, that these kind of houses, most of them are like vacation homes. You just go there 2 or 3 days, you're out of the space, and it's just there. And it's a way, to me, it's a waste of money, and for a long-term plan,
True.
It's not. Yeah,
that is true. Now I'm thinking about somebody who has never done this before, and they want to. Most people say, I'm just going to buy a home, and whatever the kitchen looks like, I like it, and I'll go. Some people build from scratch. Some people get the home and then they now want to change what's inside because they have a plan. So how much generally, when it comes to budgeting, because they have to think about all the costs, how much do they have to think about too long term for them to also now plan ahead and have a consultation, know what that costs? And everyone has a different cost, but generally ballpark, what are they planning for?
Okay. So, Favour, we are going into a time where everything is just rising up. Prices are just rising up here and there. Today you go to the market, something is for $5. The next day is doubled. The price has doubled. So to give a specific amount for, decorating a space or building from scratch, I wouldn't say I can give a specific amount, but then what I can say is that you should know what you want. You should do your research, and also you should start consulting an interior decorator now. And also, this is a bonus advice that whenever you're starting a project from scratch, you shouldn't just involve the architect and the contractor. The interior designer should also be part from the beginning, so that the three of them, that's the architect, the contractor, and the interior designer, can brainstorm together to give you that perfect home you dream of. Because should these two, just the architect and the contractor, work with you from the beginning, then later you bring in an interior designer, you realize that the plugs are not supposed to be positioned here. Oh, this wall shouldn't have been here. This pillar shouldn't have been there. So it becomes another thing, and you incur a cost, to redesign everything. And if there has to be some breaking here and there, is another cost. So to be on the safer side, these three should come together. That's the architect, the contractor, and the interior designer from the onset. Then you can have that perfect space.
Okay. That is a great way to put it, because I feel like when you plan ahead and you work with someone like you get to save a lot more because you have unexpected costs that have been taken care of.
Exactly. Yeah.
Wow. This is so good. I'm learning myself, and I'm sure people are also like, okay, I'm going to think differently this 2025, And, accessing somebody is also a hard thing to do, and trusting the person you're accessing too. Someone can come to you, and that person can really love what you're doing, but somebody else might just not like that. So how would you handle it so that somebody is really happy with what they've chosen or who they've worked with?
That's what I'm saying. You have to do your research, Favour. Because when you even go to the market and you're going to buy something, you don't just settle for the first thing you see. You compare prices. You compare, you look at your environment. Oh, is this okay? Okay, let me just check the other store and see what their price is like and the quality and all that. So you have to do your research. Know whom you're going in for. Don't just settle with one. As soon as you see one interior decorator, okay, I'm going to go with this. You do your research and you look at reviews and all that to be on the safer side so you don't get robbed.
I love that. Yes, that's a big one. That is a huge one. I'm happy that you're breaking this down for us. If there's one thing that you can tell somebody who is thinking about this or just looking at their house as they're listening to this and they're trying to reimagine it, what advice can you give them so that they can have baby steps that are achievable?
Can you come again with that question?
What would be one thing you can tell somebody who is thinking about redesigning their home, their interior design model, and they don't know how to start, but they need baby steps?
Okay. So you should go online. An example is Pinterest. Okay. Know your style. Is it traditional? Is it modern? Is it contemporary? Know your style. Excuse me. And once you get to know your style, okay, this is my style. Then you go with the theme of the space you want to redecorate. That's where you get inspired. You go online to get inspired. So Pinterest is another place you can go, just navigate through, see something you like. Okay, then you know that that's what I'm dealing with. And you would have a vision board. You can have a mood board, but then mood boards are for the interior decorators. But then you can have an inspo, I will call it an inspirational board. Then you put everything together. This is my style. I want to do contemporary. Okay, this is the theme. This is the color scheme I want to use. You can start from there. Then, in order to bring everything together, you still don't know. You go out and you reach to an interior decorator.
That's like the icing on the cake.
Yeah.
That's good. Wow. Thank you so much, Nelly. You've really brought a lot today. A lot. That's why I'm pausing, because I'm also thinking about these things and I'm sure people are also planning ahead. I really appreciate you for being here with us today on the We Don't Play podcast show. And I know some people may want to connect with you, get to see how they can find, that contact that at least they say, okay, now I know Nelly now, so I don't have to worry about anything else. How can they connect with you and what options do they have available?
Okay, so you can connect with me on bookme.com. And you can connect with me on IG. I'm on LinkedIn also. So on LinkedIn is my name, Nelly Golddy Kwashe. And on IG is Nelly12 Golddy. And the Golddy is with a double D-Y. Yes. And when it comes to the bookme.com, I think is the bookme is BUUK is bookme now. So BUUKME now.com.
That's a good one. Thank you so much. I love the website. I love what you're doing. It's just amazing. I'm so happy that you're able to be with us here today. And for those who are trying to get in contact, I know where you can find it. Just check the show notes, check the description link, or you can just rewind and listen to this so that you can get the right information and contact Nelly and get your house in order, right?
That's right.
Amazing. Thank you for joining us today, and we look forward to bringing you back on the show.
Thank you so much for having me today.
You're welcome, and happy birthday. Enjoy yourself. What are you going to be doing?
I don't know. I don't know yet. Probably head out with my friends in the evening,
Oh, that's good. Enjoy. You deserve it. God bless you.
Thank you. Bless you too.
Amen.
Bye.
Bye.